Hi, welcome back to the podcast. This is your host, Whitney Bateson, and I am so excited for us to be doing this three-part series, Website Success for 2025, How to Build Your Client Attracting Website. This is something that I haven't done before on the podcast, but honestly, this is a topic that I really want to dive really deep into, and so I needed a few podcast episodes to get through it all, and I have a lot of goodies and resources packed in here over the next 3 weeks as well. So I'm just very excited about it. So over the next 3 episodes, you are going to learn exactly what it takes to get your website working better for you, how to achieve your business goals and attract more clients in 2025. My goal is really for you to leave this series feeling clear, feeling inspired, and really just feeling ready to take action. So can you believe how fast 2024 has flown by? I'm just in disbelief. Reflecting back though, I am thinking about everything that we've achieved in our business, and I'm just really proud of what we've accomplished this year. From launching this podcast, I can't believe that we only launched this in March. It hasn't even been a full year yet. To rebranding our company. So I completely redid the visual brand. We launched that. We also redid the name and branding for our website program from the Dietitian website system to the Wellness Pro website system. And through that program this year, we've helped nearly 30 wellness pros with their websites. I've also been doing a lot of collaboration and adding new collaborators into our business, having them on the podcast, doing some other collaboration events. We've improved our internal processes in the business as well. But do you know what's been behind almost everything we did, everything I just listed off? Our website. So whether it was supporting our launches of our program, building our email list, or hosting this podcast, our website was working behind the scenes to drive our business forward. And that's what I want to talk about today, how your website can be doing more than just being a landing page. It can be a real business tool. But before we dive into any of that, I want to take a second and have you reflect on your 2025 goals. So what do you want more of in your business? More clients, more sales, a better handle on marketing? And what do you want less of? Less stress, less manual tasks, fewer time-consuming processes, maybe spending less time doing stuff that you don't like. So as we dive into today's episode, just keep these goals in mind and let's see how your website can support you in achieving them. So today we're going to be tackling the first piece of the series, why just having a website isn't enough. Maybe you already have a website, but if it's not set up correctly, it could be just sitting there, really doing nothing for your business. So we're going to cover the 3 key pieces that most websites are missing that can turn them into something more than just a digital brochure, but really into this sales generating system for your business. Oh, and I want to mention, so I teased that we've got some bonuses and resources. So I have set up a special page on my website for this series. So if you want to head there today, you will find a detailed summary of this episode, links to resources, and a place to leave comments or questions as well. I really want to hear from you. So even if you are binge listening this whole series a few weeks from now, drop a comment on that page, ask a question. I will be checking in. So you can get there by going to the link in the show notes. It's whitneybateson.com/website success 2025. There's hyphens between all of those, but website success 2025. That is really the spot to go for this entire series. You can listen to these episodes, obviously, on your podcast player, but we have lots of good downloads and resources because, again, we're going to be going deep into a lot of this. And I don't know about you, but I really like having something to look at or read so that I can really take action on the things that I'm hearing. A lot of times I listen to a podcast and I'm like, man, that was really good. And then it's like in one ear, out the other. So don't be like me. Go and download. We have summaries for each podcast episode. So go and download those along with a lot of other good stuff. All right, let's jump right into the first point here, that just having a website isn't enough. I know so many people who have spent time and money on a nice looking site only to wonder why it isn't bringing in any new clients and customers. Does that sound familiar to you? Maybe you've launched your website a few years ago. Maybe it's been sitting there since 2018 doing little to nothing for you. And you're kind of like, Okay, why do I need to focus on this? It's not doing anything. Well, here's the issue. Many websites are just landing pages. They may look great, but they don't guide visitors towards taking any meaningful action in the business. There's no clear direction, no journey. So visitors land, they look around, and then they leave. A functional sales system, on the other hand, does the heavy lifting for you. It builds relationships with your visitors, it guides them through your services, it gets them on your email list, and it even helps them book discovery calls, all while you can focus on other parts of your business. And a great example of this is Angela, one of our clients. So she had a pretty website that she had paid someone else to build, but it wasn't working for her. The copy wasn't connecting with her audience. And worst of all, she couldn't even make updates to the site herself afterwards, after it was launched. So we worked together to fix those issues, and now her website is doing the work it's supposed to do. She's booking more discovery calls, and clients often tell her that they feel like they already know her just from reading her site and going to her site. And she's even expanded her services because her site is flexible and easy for her to manage. She is adding other things to her site and other pages because she knows how to do that because of our program. So think about your own website. Is it more of a pretty landing page or is it a functional sales system? So let's move on to this first key piece that your website might be missing: client-focused copy. This is huge. This is so critical. So many websites talk at their visitors instead of talking to them. They list services or qualifications, but they don't address the real needs or desires of their audience. So this creates this disconnect because visitors aren't seeing themselves in your copy and they are just not getting that connection. Because here's the thing, your website copy should make your visitors feel like you understand them, like you get what they're going through. When you speak directly to their pain points and desires, you build a connection, an emotional connection. Your goal is for them to think, wow, this person is speaking my language. They know exactly what I need. This feels good. I want to move forward and work with them. And it's crucial to structure a copy in a way that not only captures attention, but also drives action. So one effective way to do this is by using the problem, agitate, solution, or PAS framework. So this approach helps guide your visitors through the emotional journey that leads them to take the next step. So here's how it works. First, you identify the problem that your client is facing. This gets their attention by directly speaking to the issue that they're dealing with. Then you agitate, you dig deeper into that problem by describing the emotional or practical consequences of leaving the issue unresolved. What's going to happen if they don't solve it? And this really helps build urgency and show empathy at this point. And then finally, you offer your solution, how you can help, and what benefits the client is going to experience by working with you. That's really crucial as well. So you can do this over and over again in different sections and different pages of your site. But let me walk you through an example for the hero section on your homepage. So this is the section right as soon as you land on a website, before you scroll, sometimes called before the fold or before the scroll, right at the top of the site. We want instant connection there. So here's what not to do. And think as I read through these, how you feel emotionally with these two examples. So first example here, we would have a headline that's like, expert nutrition counseling with over 10 years of experience, with a subheading below it that's like, at business name, we offer personalized meal plans and guidance to help you manage IBS and improve your overall health. So this copy is fine. It is at least speaking to the specific people that they serve, people with IBS. And it's saying what the business does. It's talking about offering services, experience, and expertise, but it does not directly connect with the client's personal struggles or desires. There really is just zero emotional connection with this, right? Like I just don't get any kind of emotional feeling when I read that statement. So imagine if you are searching online for a provider to help you treat your IBS symptoms. You are maybe feeling at the end of your rope. You're scared, you're frustrated, you are seeking help. You really just want to find someone who gets what you need and is going to help you. So now imagine you're this person and you are landing on a website that starts off with this. Tired of painful bloating and unpredictable digestion? Living with IBS shouldn't feel this hard. And then it says, get personalized nutrition support to calm your symptoms and enjoy food again. Let's work together to bring you relief. And there's a button that says, start feeling better today. So this copy addresses the customer's pain points, it speaks directly to their struggles, and offers a solution that resonates with what they're experiencing. It's all about making the customer feel understood and showing how your service is going to improve their life. So one of my clients, Terry, she had a website that listed her services, but didn't really connect with her audience. It was really all about what she did, but not what her clients needed and what they were going through. So we reworked her copy to focus on her clients' struggles and goals, and the results were immediate. People were booking discovery calls and telling her that they felt like she was speaking directly to them and that she was the right fit just by going to her website. And this is exactly why in the Wellness Pro website system, we dedicate an entire module to helping you nail your website copy. We don't just tell you what to write, we provide templates and examples for each section of your website because I know how overwhelming it can feel to sit down and write copy for every page of your website, especially if you're new to conversion-focused writing and working from a blank page is just like a death sentence. It's really hard to do. So we don't have you start from zero. And our next enrollment for the program is actually going to be opening soon. I'll tell you about that in a little bit, especially if you've been thinking about joining and copywriting is one of those things on your list that you really struggle with. Our program could be the perfect fit for you. All right, moving on to the second piece now, the second key piece, automated next steps on your website. This is really the next thing you need to be having in order for your website to be more than just a landing page, but actually this automated sales system. So most websites leave visitors wondering, now what? Either there's no clear call to action, or the next step is really buried in a contact form that no one really wants to fill out, or it's just like, give me a call, here's my phone number, or send me an email, or it's just unclear what the sales process even is. Your website should make it ridiculously easy for visitors to take action and make it clear what will happen next. Whether that's booking a discovery call or applying to work with you or signing up for a service, it should all be seamless and automated. So in my mind, every service-based business should offer online scheduling, even if it's just for a 15-minute discovery call. Set aside specific slots in your calendar. It doesn't have to be all day, every day, just times that work for you. You want an automated system in place so that visitors can book a call, get automated reminders, and feel confident without having to send emails or make phone calls. And a tool like Calendly, Acuity, or even your practice management software like Practice Better, Simple Practice Healthy, they can help with this. And another thing, ask really good qualifying questions during the booking process or in a follow-up form to make sure that folks are a good fit for your services. The goal is to make it as simple as possible for people to book with you. So we do not want this to be an extensive list of questions or anything like that, but we want to be gathering information so that you can be prepared for the call. Without any info ahead of time about even the basics of what your customer, your potential customer is struggling with specifically and what their specific goals are, your call is just not going to be successful. And nobody wants to waste time on more calls that are not productive. So definitely make sure you collect that information in addition to having the automated scheduler. But I will just say, if you're sending people to a generic contact form that's just like name, email, what's your message, or telling them to call or email you, most people are just not going to bother, myself included. I know for myself as a customer, I just am not going to do that. You really want to make it easy. We want to make it automated. We want to make it clear. And I've experienced this personally. So my husband and I, we were looking for a new accountant recently, and one of them had this form to fill out. And, we put a lot of information into it. They asked some good questions, but we never got a reply. So frustrating. In contrast, accountants who let us instantly book a discovery call with just a few clicks, and they had a form for us to fill out too, but we felt a lot more confident doing it because it was connected to a call that we were booking on their calendar. those folks we're moving forward with and are definitely going to be the ones getting our business versus the ones that had no system to really follow up with us. So no one likes waiting when they need help, right? Our customers are, if they're at that point where they are ready to book a call with you or move forward with a service, they are ready to take action. They are ready to get help. And if your system isn't easy or automated, your clients are just going to go find someone else who won't make them wait to get that help, just plain and simple. So you are going to lose clients every single day if you don't have these systems set up. And we had a client, Beth, who wasn't really getting many leads from her website. She didn't have an automated process in place and, just contact forms and all of that stuff. But once she implemented a scheduling system, people could easily book calls and she didn't have to worry about manually following up with leads. She could do talks and be promoting herself out in the community and asking for referrals and sending people to her website. And then people who were interested, who were the right fit, were booking those calls automatically. So it was just really nice ease. And she's been growing her business. She's now brought on an assistant. So things are going great. And you just need to have these automated systems in place to really help you get more people coming in. And also it allows you to free up your time so you can scale and grow as well. All right, the final piece that we're going to cover today is having a way to stay in touch with visitors who aren't ready to commit just yet. Not everyone who visits your site is going to be ready to book a call or sign up for your service, and that is totally fine. But what we don't want is to let those visitors leave without getting a way to stay in touch with them. And that is where your lead magnet comes in. A lead magnet or opt-in, freebie, it's a free resource that you offer in exchange for someone's email address. It can be anything from a checklist to a mini course, as long as it provides value and is relevant to your audience. So once someone is on your email list, you can nurture that relationship over time until they're ready to work with you. So when someone subscribes to your email list, they're showing real interest in what you offer. They are potential leads. That's where lead magnet comes from. It's lead generation, just done in a very authentic value exchange way. They're potential leads who could eventually become paying clients. Now, not everyone on your list is going to turn into a customer either. That's fine. But let's just break it down. So let's say 10% of your subscribers decide to work with you, and each one spends $2,000 over time. Maybe you have some packages, long-term things. Maybe people come back to you. So just lifetime value of a customer, let's just say $2,000, for example. If you add just 10 new subscribers a month, that could mean if one of those people converts into a client, that could mean an extra $2,000 in your business. And if you grow your list by 100 subscribers, that's potentially $20,000 down the road. And here's the key. Some people might be ready to work with you within 2 weeks of joining your email list, while others may need 2 years. That's why we are always building and nurturing our email lists. The more people you have in your audience on your list, the more consistent your leads and sales will be, because you're regularly connecting with those who've already shown interest. And you compare that to social media where only a small percentage of your followers actually even see your posts and there's no system to follow up. Likes and follows are nice, but getting someone on your email list, having them open your emails, clicking your links is a much clearer sign that they're ready to buy. Your email list is a direct path to sales. And that is why it's so valuable. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you hear me talk about email list building quite a bit, and there's a reason for it. And I've seen it in my own business. So when I launched the Wellness Pro website system for the first time, I already had an email list of people who had been following me for a while, and they weren't ready for a custom website. At the time, that's all we had been offering. But when I introduced the program, they were primed and ready to buy. And that's the power of a lead magnet. It helps you build an audience of people who are interested, but not ready yet to take action. And then you have them on your email list. And just think of your lead magnet and your email list like planting seeds. Not all of them are going to bloom immediately, but with consistent nurturing, watering, some will grow into full-fledged clients. And if you build your email list intentionally, even a small list can generate consistent leads and sales over time. So now I've gone through the 3 key pieces that are likely missing from your website. client-focused copy, automated next steps, and lead magnets for list building. So it's time to reflect. Think about your own website. Which of these three things are you missing? Or maybe there's aspects of them that are missing that we talked about. How do each of these things connect with the goals you have for 2025? For example, if you want to book more clients without lots of back and forth emails and just have more clients coming in, focus on fixing your automation and those automated next steps. If you want to connect with more of your ideal clients, consider revisiting the copy on your website and how well it's positioned. Or if you're looking for more consistency in your leads and your sales, work on building that email list. Now, if you want to explore any of these topics further, head over to that landing page linked in the show notes, whitneybateson.com/website success 2025. You will find bonus material like a summary of today's key takeaways, links to other related podcast episodes so that if you want to go deeper on any of these topics, I will have related podcast episodes that you can check out, and just more resources in general to help you take action. And remember, there's also a comment section where you can ask questions or share your thoughts. I would really love to hear from you and help you with anything specific that you're working on or struggling with. And then you're also on that page going to be able to find out more information about our website program, the Wellness Pro website system. So we are going to be opening enrollment in just a few short weeks. I will be sharing more details about it next week, but just know that if you have been thinking about joining our program, if you've heard about it, if you've been with me for a while, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to get in. We are going to be doing a little bit of a pre-Black Friday sale. So I'll be sharing a little bit more detail about that next week. Head over to the page to get those details and learn more about the program and what's included. It is an 8-week program, but we've actually extended the support to 12 full weeks. So there are lessons that you can watch on your own time, but then we have calls and a forum each week that's completely live support. So you can really just get that coaching and guidance while you work through all of these different aspects. So everything that we talked about today are all the things we cover in the program, plus so much more. And a lot of times, it can feel like, okay, this makes sense. This is simple. And then once you go and start implementing it, you have more questions about how it can apply to your business. So that's why we have the live support there. And then there's also templates and lots of good stuff to help you out so that you don't have to feel like you have to be a designer and a copywriter and a tech person and all of that. Now, in the next part of this series, we are going to dive into what you need to avoid when it comes to DIYing your website or hiring help. So before you make any big moves to fix your website, or if you're thinking about getting started on one, make sure you tune in to next week's episode. I'm really just going to be sharing like the biggest pitfalls that people encounter when trying to DIY their website or work with designers, so that you don't have to be wasting your time and money, and you can avoid these things as you are implementing all of these tactics that I'm giving you. So thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next week.